Hey there, everyone. How are you? It's Joni with Weathered Wings. Happy Monday. Okay, this is Monday's method to my madness. All right, today we're just gonna go over resining again. I don't know if you remember this project right here. It's a big this is a big piece of art that I just repurposed. I got this at a thrift store. Let me first get everybody on here, okay? Our friends. I need to send a message. It's just a text message. And look, if you want to be on here, if you want to be notified when I go live. Oh, that's upside down, isn't it? I think. Yep. Just text that number. And let's see, let me get a copy link. And then put it in here. All you have to do is text this number, say, hey, that's all you have to say, really. Hey, or, let me know when you go live, and I will send you a message just like this, okay? So, let's just get started. I don't want to edit. It's not letting me. I understand, send. All right, maybe it's sent. If not, sorry. All right, so, let's get busy. All right. Sorry, I put that upside down. Okay, so look, y'all, let's just recap for just a little bit. So this was a big piece of art. I painted it white. It already had an image on there, some kind of little screen print of something. And I painted it white. I used DIY paint, which I don't even have out here right now. This is shocking. But it's this brand. It's DIY. This is the wax right here. But it's DIY paint. It covers anything. And then I decoupaged the pumpkin and the leaves. So this is a recycled paper that my friend Tammy sells. So let me know. I will put the link in the comments. Let me just do that right now. Okay, in case you still want this paper, y'all. There's 3 big pumpkins on there and even a smaller pumpkin, and then it has these leaves. It's all on one decoupage sheet, one big sheet, and it's awesome. See it? It's so good. And then I just added some glass, okay? Just some fire pit glass. I added some blue, and I added some copper around here, and then a little bit of clear, okay? And so now we're going to resin, just so we can hold all the glass on there and give it a really neat glassy look. So, hey Shannon, how goes it? Hey Tony. All right, so let's get busy. Let me get some gloves. All right, because we're going to be using resin. So I want to put some gloves on. Let me know where you are watching from. Y'all, I just got back last night from Flagler Beach. Is anybody familiar with Flagler Beach, Florida? So it's like an hour and a half. Is it north of Orlando? So we went over for Disney World for a day. We went to St. Augustine for a day. So we really had a good time. So I'm back, ready to get back into creating, okay? And I had this left over. And I'm going to just make sure there are no little things laying on it. I want it clean. So when we put the resin, oh, look at there. There is a long hair. It's mine, of course. Look at that. I would have been sick if that had gotten under the resin. I could have gotten it all, but if I hadn't noticed it, I would have been upset. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, I was going to get that link on here. Let me look real quick in case you want the paper. Again, it's a recycled. Let's see. Okay, here I go. All right. Wait a minute. All right, so here's the link. It's Tammy's link from Flippin' Furniture. And so if you click on that link, I'm an affiliate for her, and she, when you click on the link, just type in the search bar, fall paper or fall pumpkin paper, and it'll pop up, okay? You'll see it. It's beautiful. You can't miss it, all right? It's one of Lexi Grinzer's papers that she painted. It's watercolor. She's a watercolor artist, and so it's just beautiful. All right, so let's get started. I have marked this cup. I don't know if you can see right here. I've marked this cup. This is 3 ounces, and this is another 3 ounces. So all I do, if you don't have a little silicone cup like this to pour your resin in, I just take a little measuring glass. I measured 3 ounces, poured it in, marked it, and then another 3 ounces, poured that in and marked it. Okay, because it's really important that you get your resin. This is epoxy resin. It's really important that you get it evenly mixed up. So 50-50 of each. I'm going to use the Amazing Clear Cast. I've actually never used it for coating purposes like this. I got this accidentally thinking that it was the Fast Cast resin, but Shannon, I know you use this, so we're going to see. Let's just see how it goes, all right? So look, and I know people are intimidated with resin. Don't be. Once you start, I'm going to put my heat gun in here just in case anything has happened to fall in. It'll blow out because you don't want anything in your resin. And guess what? The resin likes it to be warm. So anyway, so that does not hurt. All right, so I'm going to pour in part A. Okay, I'm going to do it off. Let me do it over here. Part A. So this is the hardener. One part is the hardener. One part is the resin. Make sure I'm doing this where y'all can see. So I'm just going to go up to that first line I showed you. All right. Just a tad more. And then I like to just set it down and make sure, okay, that's good. So I've gone up to the first line, okay, and now I'm going to go with part B to the second line. So 3 ounces and 3 ounces, so I'm using 6 ounces total. Because this is a really big, I don't know if you can tell, this is pretty big piece. Oh shoot, y'all, hold on. Hold on. That's why I was doing it over here. Okay. See, this part's a little faster. Let's see. All right, when it gets close to the line, just start taking it out. Get it all the way right up to the line. All right. Good. Put the top back on there. I'm gonna get just a one of these little cardboard sticks, and we're gonna stir it for 3 minutes. So 9, 10, 11, 11 and a half actually. Hope I don't drop it. So then you just stir. Okay, and I'm going to stir the sides really well. I'm going to scrape the bottom. Let me know if there are any questions on the way. Tony loves St. Augustine. Isn't it pretty? It is just, you know, if you haven't been there, it's the oldest city. I don't know in the world, but I know in the United States, it's the oldest city. I want to say in the world, but I don't know. May just be. But it is really pretty. And that's only like a 45-minute drive from Flagler, so the weather was really nice that day, but most of the time it was really kind of windy and cool. I gotta tell y'all a story. We were in line to go, we were in Animal Kingdom, okay, and we were in line to get on the, the bus or whatever. And so there was a man on one of those electronic scooters, like a seat, not a kick scooter or anything, but a seat, those that you kind of see people shopping around in Walmart. So he was on that, and, his wife was in front of him. And I was walking with my oldest daughter, Nikki, and then Allie and Ralph and her fiance was walking behind us. One more minute, y'all. And I was like, Nikki, you dare me to go jump on that man's scooter on the back of it? And knowing how Nikki is, I thought for sure she'd say, Mom, no. But she said, yeah, I dare you. Okay, you don't do that. So I ran and I jumped on the back of that man's scooter. It was going uphill. And he was like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? I was like, look, my daughter just dared me to jump on here. Thank you for being a good sport. I don't know if he was going to be or not, but he ended up, he was a good sport about it. But my kids, their mouth was on the ground. All right, I got 20 more seconds. I did, Della. Hello. Hey, Denise. So every trip we go on, I do, something crazy because my kids, I don't know. But they said that topped them all. But y'all, it was fun. Disney World, I haven't been since my two girls were like 3 and less than 12 months. 3 and like 9.5 months. So it was really fun. All right. So it's really clear. So if you can see now, it's clear. All right. So mixed up really well. I did it for 3 minutes. And now I'm just gonna drizzle it on. Okay. I'm going to start where I almost said rocks, where the glass is. Okay, I have this glass on my website at weatheredwings.com. If this is something you want to try yourself, it is not hard. You see how it was not hard. Okay. Now, when I first decoupaged this, I laid the glass on here, and so see it kind of they were stuck. This is loosening them up, so I'm gonna put them like to the edge. Just a little bit. That. I love how this blue glass really brings out the blue. Most of this pumpkin is green. So I really like how the blue is pulling out the dark in the pumpkin. It looks really good. Let's see. Yeah, so when we got in line to get, on the bus, they came up right beside us. Because he had gotten off, and he had to get another line. But he came right up beside me and my daughter. She was like, hello again. They were real sweet. They're like, don't our kids know not to dare their parents to do anything? Ralph is not a fan of Disney World. He's not a fan of crowds, and so I don't know. We got a kick out of just watching him too. All right, if you can see, I have taped up the sides. I failed to mention that, but I just used painter's tape right around the edge. Just in case this happens to drip down a little bit. It'll, it'll drip right on that tape. See, there it goes. I don't want it dripping all the way down. So I have a pretty good bit of this. I mean, I was hoping to have some left actually, because I don't know if you remember the Lazy Susan I made with the paint inlay. I was going to do this to that as well. That way I could use it, because this is, I mean, I would say it's food safe. Maybe not, but at least put plates or something on it. All right, so now I'm moving away from the glass and I'm just getting it on this flat part. I'm going to use my little stick here just to kind of move it around. Who has never used resin? And who is new to my page? Let me know if you are new to my page. Yeah, the blue is really pretty. And all of these, so you can resin on, pretty much anything, but the transfers that I use a lot, you can resin on those. You can resin on glass. And you can actually pour this out too. You don't have to keep drizzling it out, but it's better to drizzle it over the rocks just so you don't just pour out a wad and it's not able to move. It self-levels, so you don't have to worry about it, not being smooth, because it will self-level, and we're going to pop all the air bubbles out with a heat gun, and then all you have to do is make sure that it is level. Okay. Again, this is a big, this may have been the biggest pumpkin on there. I'm not sure. There was a really pretty pink one that I've not used yet. And if you are watching on YouTube, I know someone requested that I have closed captioning on there. I don't know if it's probably not going to be worth me saying it, but a friend of mine told me that you are able to do that on your own. You can choose that. I don't know if there's anything I can do. I've tried to change it, but and I also have a video of when I did the first part of this project. I can link that in the comments when we're done. But I did do this on live video as well. And then I just set it off, and I'm just now getting back to it. I have a lot of projects that I do that. I just kind of start it, but it's about time to be doing Christmas stuff. Or it is time, not about time, it is time. But I wanted to get this finished, even though it may be late. It's still fall, it's still, fall-ish decor. Doesn't have to be just October. Hey, Cheryl. Uh-oh, shoot, what did I do? I lost me. Cheryl, it's not a picture frame. This is an old piece of art. I was going to see if I had another one up in here. Oh, I should put my hair up. This is an old piece of art. I got it at a thrift store and I painted over it. I just painted it white. It had a picture on it. Painted it white, and then I decoupaged this paper. So the link that I put in here for flipping furniture, she has this paper. So if you click on that link and just in the search bar, search for fall pumpkin paper or fall paper even, it will come up. And it has a pink pumpkin on it. It has a more blue pumpkin. It has this green pumpkin. And it has all these leaves on it. It just has a lot on the one sheet. And I love it because most decoupage papers are, you know, a solid sheet of a design. And this has so many pumpkins on it that, you know, I've already done 2 big projects and I haven't even used all of it. I haven't used the pink pumpkin. I had plans for it, but I may just save that one for next year or do it quickly. I don't know. All right, so I'm trying not to use just a wad of resin. And now when you heat it with the heat gun, you're going to move it around a little bit. So, and then do it, it's good to do it with a light on it so you can kind of see spots that you've missed. Right here. Mist. Okay, there's a spot. Okay. I think I've got all the pumpkin on the inside here. All right, now I'm just going to pour it around the outside. Again, I've got it taped with painter's tape in case it starts to drip. In case it starts to drip over, because when it dries, it dries in a drip, it hardens up into a little ball, which is fine. Ooh, see, I see a bunch of it right now. You can heat it with the heat gun and kind of use an X-Acto knife and cut it off. Go ahead and get this off. Now, before it hardens up, you can take alcohol and wipe it up and you'll get it up like that. I think it's going to take all of this resin, y'all. Again, it was 6 ounces, 3 of each, 3 ounces of each, part A, part B. Shannon, I think I like this resin so far. So good. It's clear. I don't even see a lot of bubbles in it. I think this is the kind you use, Shannon. Now, normally when something's this big, I'll end up just using my hands. But that is usually if I'm going to do the sides, because I'll just rub the sides with my gloved hands. We'll see. Let's just see if I can get it spread out here. dripping it all on the side. Move my computer. And if you have anybody that you think would like to see this, if you would just give this video some wings, let it fly around to your friends. Really helps Facebook, helps me with Facebook to show my stuff more. All right, see how I'm neatly just kind of bringing that right up to the edge. Just kind of tap it a little bit. I don't want it rolling all the way over. You have like 30 to, I'd say 40 minutes actually, working time with resin, epoxy resin. So again, this is the clear resin that you can use as a top coat, like I'm doing, or you can put it in silicone molds and make images. Dripped it over there. So it's good to have like some parchment paper down under it, or like a silicone mat or something. And be careful with it dripping off the cup, because it could, like it has been dripping, but this is such a big piece. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Hey Joyce, thank you Shannon, thank you so much for sprinkling. Almost done. Almost done. I'm loving this. Resin just makes it so much better. So even if you have like imperfections in your paint as well, the resin, it just kind of covers it up, because it ends up drying. It makes everything look glassy. Like there was a little area right here that looked a little, I don't know, dry, or I don't know what happened. Just didn't, the color was not the same, but now I can't even tell it. And it's not hard. I know it looks intimidating, but it's not hard. I will answer questions. Let me just get it all covered up, because like I said, I do have a good working time, but you don't want to wait too long. I like you, because it starts, you know, kind of getting thick. It starts curing. I'm glad I made 6. I almost did 4 ounces, but we did some Christmas trees the other day, and I remembered I used 4 ounces, and it was smaller than this. So I went with the 6. Yeah, so here's another story, y'all. By the grace of God, my oldest daughter is still on this earth. My word. She's the one that's in med school, okay? So she she keeps dogs to earn a little extra money. And so she was keeping these dogs last week or a week before or something like that. And she was going to make herself some tea. So they have a gas stove. And so she turned the stove on, put her pot of water on, and walked away for about 10 or 15 minutes. She came back. Now, y'all, this is my daughter that she is extremely smart, but she's lacking in the common sense just a little bit. So she walked away, and then she came back, and she was like, well, my water's not even hot yet. And it smells funny in here. So she says, she starts looking for a match. She's like, where is a match? Why do these people not have matches around here? I mean, she's looking all over for a match. Y'all, she would have blown herself up. I mean, oh my gosh. You know, I'm like, so of course I had nightmares. She's like, I wish I hadn't even told you. Oh my word. Oh my goodness. So she Googles, something about it. I don't know what made her do that. No, actually, I think, well, no, she did Google, but she called a friend of hers in med school that used to be a fireman, and he told her, get out of the house, take the dogs with you, very calmly, open the windows. My word. Ooh, I just put my hand down there. Okay, almost done, y'all. Look at that. It used every bit of it. So, I will not have any left to do the Lazy Susan that I made with the paint inlay. All right, I'm just going to scrape off as much left as I can. Like, well, everybody said it couldn't have been enough gas. It wouldn't have done anything. And so Ralph looked up a video. It was like, what can happen with a small gas leak in a kitchen? And it shows it blowing up. All right, I think that is the last bit. All right, let me look back in the light, make sure everything is covered. Everything looks good. I'll set this down. All right, now I'm out of alcohol, but this hand sanitizer will work just as well. Let me see if there are any questions. Yeah, Tony, right, I know. I mean, if you ever doubt your faith, you better just think back at this. Oh, my word. I mean, and I kept thinking about, I know I was dreaming about it. This is taking the color off. And you know how you think about something like that when you're sleeping and you just kind of jerk awake? I kept doing that. All right, I'm just going to, oh, shoot. Just slowly wipe this. All right, I think that's good. I don't see any more drips. Just somehow, I dripped it trying to get all these glass covered. All right, I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's tiny bubbles all over. So now I'm gonna, let me see, there's one little spot. It looks like, what is that? Couldn't tell if that was a piece of glass or I'm just going to scoot it up here in case it was a little piece of glass. All right, now we're going to get the heat gun. Let's see, I want to keep these on or not. It's best cover your hair up. Okay, now look, I'm gonna turn my heat gun on. And you can see all the little bubbles just popping. And this could make it kind of ooze over the side as well, so I'm gonna try to be careful about that. I'm gonna go to the side. And this side, going inward. I need an extension cord on this. Okay, so I will do that 2 or 3 times and just kind of look to see if there was like a little dry spot right there. Okay, that looks good. It looks really, really good. All right, let me just do that one more time. I see a few more spots. I'm going to turn it around just so I can get, there's a little something here. So if you see any little pieces of something, just get it out with your gloved finger. And then go back with the heat gun. I'm just going to rub my finger around the edge here because it's just not solid. We'll get it nice and right over the edge. Glad I saw that. I couldn't even see that. Let me see. Where's my cup? Oh. Usually I try to leave a little bit more in there, but oh, didn't have any to spare. All right. I'm bringing it up just so it won't blow it over the sides. All right, that is it. Now I will, what I like to do, it's good to cover it. Let me see if I can. You can probably take things out of it all day long. It looks like little bubbles, but it could be little bitty. And you can't really see it unless the light's on there. But since I got my gloved fingers on, what is that? All right. So now it needs to be level. Rub this again. And so what I usually do is put it on the floor, and I have this little, I don't even know if it'll fit under there though. No, sometimes I'll just put it under a table and like drape something over the table, like a small little table. I have a little desk that I usually will put it under. And then I will put the heat gun on it a couple more times just to make sure that no bubbles remain. Okay, it looks really good. I still can see just a few bubbles. But other than that, so I will do it again. Just a little bit. Keep doing it. That is it, y'all. I'm gonna take my gloves off so I can get my hair on my face. Another towel. Let me see if there are any questions. They're not German crystals. They're just little fire pit glass. See if I can do it without dropping them. They're just little fire pit glass chips. You could put German glass, you're talking about German glass glitter. You could put that on here. But you would want to put it on after the resin, like right now. You could like sprinkle some on there, but if you do it before, it kind of, it takes away the sparkle. And so I just feel like it kind of wastes it. But I do like to use the German glass glitter and glitter when I do like a paint pour with resin. I'm just going around the edges again. This is the only place that it kind of went over. I think I'm just gonna leave the framed area right here, this gold, because I think it looks good with it. It looks kind of antique-y gold. So let's see. That's right, Betty. Well, thank you, Ornamentals Bookmarks with Flair. Jot your name down there. Let's see, what else is there? Something mine. It is scary, isn't it, Mary? Yes, I kept having nightmares about that. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much. There's a hole with no resin next to the pumpkin. I see it. Eagle eye, Joycey. All right, let me see if I got enough. Saw it right when I turned around. Right here. Is this the only spot? You said next to the pumpkin. How did that not fill in when I had the heat gun? You see, was that it? You said next to the pumpkin, though. I like this resin, though, y'all. Again, it's the amazing clear cast. Okay, I think that's it. All right. Let's see. Oh, that's a good idea, Shannon. Wait, so you paint both sides of the decoupage paper with this? With the resin? Cool. Never tried that. I haven't used decoupage paper a lot until I've used it, a few times this year. I love this paper though. It's just crazy pretty. I'm gonna slide this piece of glass. Well, maybe, yeah, there it goes. I was about to say maybe I'm not. Because I don't want it hanging outside of the pumpkin. So, all right, that all looks good. I don't want to have to do this one again because that was a lot of resin. A lot of times I will do 2 coats. So see how easy this is, y'all? You can keep playing with it, keep moving it around, bring your heat gun to it. Make sure it's, you can pick out things like this, heat it again, and it self-levels. So that's what's so great about it. Let's see if there's any other questions. You have to wait for it to harden. Yes. I don't have, you talking about Lexi's, I think I saw it, but I can't remember what it was. I was on, it was when I was out of town and I was kind of looking around. I think I saw it. I need to get it probably. Is it one whole sheet or is it separate things like this? Oh, good, Kay. You're going to love it. It's just beautiful. Is resin different than epoxy? Donna, okay. So this is epoxy resin. And there's also, you know, the fast cast resin is a urethane resin. So that's the one that turns white real quickly. And so you would not use that as a top coat. You only would use that for casting images. But the clear one, you can use for both. You can use it as a top coat and you can use it for casting images in the silicone molds. If I had some left, I would pour some in there and show you. But like here is the tree that I did the other day with my group members. We were done with our glass trees, and I just, well, let me do it like this because I keep forgetting. So this is it. I don't know if you can see it, but see how it's clear? I had some resin left over like this, and I poured it in the Christmas tree mold. Now the same link that the link that I just posted for flipping furniture, I got this from her as well. So you could, if you want this, because we don't have any Christmas trees this year. So you could just, this was a mold, so you could just type in Christmas tree mold if you wanted that. But that's what that looks like. It's clear, and the other ones would be solid white. I hope that answers your question, Donna. Yep. Betty, so you've not used the resin yet. Okay. Well, Cheryl's not used it. Tony, yes, my husband was shocked. Everybody was shocked when I jumped on the back of that scooter. But, you know, she shouldn't have dared me, right? For some reason, I could tell those people would be nice about it. What I was afraid, though, was he was going up a hill, and so I thought it was going to stop with the extra weight, but it didn't. It just kept chugging along, and he was like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? I think my future son-in-law was the most shocked. My gosh, it was hilarious. Oh, your aunt and uncle. Betty lived in St. Augustine. That is such a pretty place. I know one of Ralph's friends lives there, and I kept looking around thinking, where do people live? You know, I mean, how lucky. It just has that, it's just gorgeous. It's just such a gorgeous place. So we enjoyed it. Now, when this, I think I will take, I'll take this off. So once this cures, it takes about, 10 to 12 hours. I usually just leave it overnight and I'll come back and look at it. It still will be a little, not totally cured, so I will be able to take the the tape off and be fine. I'll give you a kind of somewhat example. So see, I'll be able to take that off. And then see, it'll just be good. It'll stop right there over that little lip. So, put my finger in it, but that's okay. You still have time working with it. So are there any other questions about this? So I do like to kind of go around, make sure it's on the very edge. Again, it will self-level, so I'm not messing it up. Betty, I want you to use the resin. You're gonna just love it. That goes for anybody. I was scared at first too. And y'all, the one I started out with smelled really bad. This one has no smell. Again, this was the clear casting, and I've used Naked Fusion. That's a good one. Art Resin is a good one. No smells with any of these. So the one that had the smell was a Marine Pro Marine Resin. It was, yeah, I wouldn't suggest using that because it's so strong. If you get headaches easily with, you know, that kind of stuff, it could be bad. But that's it. So I will set this off to the side and just check it tomorrow. All right. Yeah, so everything, let's see. I pour resin into some of the Aldi stamps even. Oh, really? Will you leave the tape on until it's completely dry? So, Tony, I think I just answered that, hopefully. I will, you know, I could probably come down here tonight at some point after 3 or 4 hours because it's not going to keep moving. I mean, it can, but it's not like I kind of pretty much have it contained. But I think I'll just wait. I think I'll just wait till tomorrow morning when I come down here. I'll just take the paper off. Sometimes, if you wait too long, though, it's hard to get the paper off. I mean, the tape off. It won't come off because it'll just be hardened up in there. So, I wouldn't leave it on past you know, tomorrow morning. Now, with that said, if you do happen to do that, don't cry because you can get your heat gun out and kind of warm it up, heat it up right there, and then move it off. So I'll show you what I was going to put resin on as well. This really did kind of run off, but I just put too much on there trying to get it on the glass. So this is a little Lazy Susan, and I use the, I don't want to put anything on top of this because I'm afraid stuff will fall on it. This little Lazy Susan, this was the paint inlay, and it's called Noel. It's a paint inlay. It's paint on a sheet, and you just lay it in this wet paint. This is on a video too. And I'll probably add resin to that, just because the base of it isn't. There's a little, I don't know, the base paint where I painted and where I put the inlay. It's just not totally smooth, and so when you resin it, it just smooths it all out. See, I don't know. Like I told you, there was a spot right here that. I don't know if I wiped it or I don't know, but it was a little just rough right there. Can't remember what I did. I can't remember. I remember doing something though, it was on the video. But I think when I decoupaged, something happened and I got my paintbrush out and kind of did something, but now you can't even see it. So that's what's so great about resin. It really takes it up a notch. It looks like glass. It's very protective because it's hard, and you know, it looks good. You can do it on a lot of things too. And I always get a little anal about all the little because I want it just perfect. Like I don't want to see anything in it. But you know, when I go to a store and see a bunch of resin stuff, nobody has it perfect, you know. So don't keep that from don't keep that from trying it. Don't let that keep you from trying it. And you just learn as you go. Start with something small if you want to, just a little, you could do even like a little coaster. You can buy those little wooden coasters at Hobby Lobby that are, they're really cute. They're square like this and they're just wood. And you can put a little transfer over it, paint it, put a little transfer or, you know, a little stamp or a little decoupage paper even, like this. And then resin it and you'll have great little coaster because this is, you know, it's for that. It's heat resistant. Okay, I hope that helps. Let's see. Can you put resin on something that's already, yes, Chris. Yes, you can. In fact, they kind of recommend that you top coat it first. So I had glass on this, so I wasn't going to top coat it, but yeah, with a clear like polyacrylic, go ahead and top coat it and then you can resin. Absolutely. It's a good thing to do. That will be pretty on that. Yes, it will. Thank you. Do you know the approximate size of the board you're using? This, let's see what that size is. So, of course, it's oval, and it goes, it's like a 15 by, let's see, well, the very top of it, though, let's see, probably 19, 14 by 19. Just this part, it's like a 14 by 19, and it used 6 ounces. 6 ounces of resin. Nancy used the Naked Fusion. Yes, I love that one too. I just happen to have this. I'm out of resin, but I happen to have this. I bought it by mistake, thinking it was the Fast Cast. But I like it. It did good. So, Craft Smart from Michael smelled horrible and did not set. Yeah, some of them smell really bad. Betty got Naked Fusion. Okay, will you leave? Okay, I think I answered that. Okay. Let's see, using the clear resin and the Victoria. Ooh, that's a good thing to use the resin for, or the little letter molds, because the letters, in any of the really small images on the molds, it's really great to use. Now you can use the clay and put it in the freezer and they will pop out fairly well. But just pouring the resin in there, you know you're going to get all the little details. Just like, you know, you see all those little details in this little tree. Why am I going off camera? So the resin is just easy, and it's, you know, it's good to have a clean mold nearby in case you have some resin left over, and you can just pop it in there. Betty's calling this a toilet seat. Hey, Corey. Hey. She does have good eyes. Joycey sees a lot. Was that it, Joyce? I hope that was it. Because I don't want to have to come back and do a whole nother, there was something missing right here on that, but that's okay. Now, see how it is right now? I'm going to hit it again with the heat gun. So what, it's been about 10 minutes. So that, I think that looks good. There's one little, let's see if I can get it with my finger. I need a glove on. But like I said, you can pick out little bitty things all night long. So I'll probably leave it. I'll probably do that one more time, and then I'm going to slide it up under something. You want to keep it covered just so things just flying in the air, dog hair, your hair, dust, flies, little gnats, they love this stuff for some reason. It attracts them. So, Yeah, you want to keep it covered. All right, she said I got it. All right, girls. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I have a long drip on top of the frame. Right, let's get that. Ooh, ooh, I do. Thank you. This is taking some of that color off too. So what I will do when I get off here is go around the edge with some alcohol. Thank you, Emma. Thank you for that. Okay, can you put resin on? Okay, I've already answered that. All right, thank you, ladies.